We're going to the top of the hill. So we did, I believe I figured out 78 feet yesterday of road. But we're gonna go another 90 to get to the top. And I'm really realizing that this pile is finite. I've taken half of it, at least half of it. And I'm doing my best to try to not break the sticks when I bring them out. But like, I'm gonna use absolutely everything in there, other than the little pieces, of course. And luckily I have 8 more of these piles, but I really don't want to have to travel all the way back and forth. I guess we have the trailer now, so it's not that big of a problem, but it's easier just grabbing them from here and putting them there. So I'm going to use everything up. I know we're going to use some from the other piles because I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be doing this on our driveway going up towards the cabin as well. It's super labor intensive, but it's free other than the fuel, which, I mean, costs something because diesel isn't cheap right now, but way more cost effective than bringing in crushed road base. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm gonna get this fire going good, and I'm gonna start doing this by myself because Katie is editing the video. So I'm not bursting with energy right now, I'm not gonna lie. That was a lot of work yesterday, but work keeps a man young, and I'm planning on staying that way. So I just rolled in the house for a quick lunch and a coffee. And while I was in there, Katie was working on the video, and I was watching my technique in last video, and I was doing it all wrong with the excavator. It's tedious, but I gotta pick up piece by piece by piece by piece and put it on the pile so that I don't have to get out of the excavator and clean up the pile, because as you can see, for the most part, all my logs are exactly straight, which is important because when I come with the tractor to pick them up, if they're all crisscross Willy Wonka, I won't pick anything up. So I need them to be exactly straight. I can clean this up that I don't have perfect with the excavator, but my plan for today, just because it's just me, is I'm just gonna keep on filling this pile so that when Katie is around after she's done editing, I'll get to bless her with a bunch of back-breaking work of laying the corduroy up the hill. I'm really happy how this is looking. I'm really optimistic that this is going to be a long-term solution. We're gonna put dirt over top later on in this video, I think, and once we get the dirt on top, it'll help lock everything in as well. And I'll probably track pack it with the 32,000 pound excavator as well. So that'll help push everything into the mud and kind of lock it into place. I've seen very, very old corduroy roads that they last forever as long as you build them correctly. And I think we're doing a pretty good job here. But I'm gonna hop back in that excavator. Oh, here's our pile. It's getting a lot smaller. Let's see it from the side here. I'm quite certain we're gonna use just about everything in here. And I got all this stuff down here is kind of too small or too big for the road. But yeah, I'm gonna be using everything in here, I think. Okay, here's our pile. All the sticks in the same direction. That was 3 hours. 3.5 hours. I can't even tell. I'm gonna be spinning in an excavator in my dreams tonight. Now I'm gonna cut these all. Our road has been 12 feet. Some of these are a little bit smaller than 12 feet. And some of them obviously are way the heck longer. So I'm going like 13 feet, and I know that they're not all the same, but I'm trying to get at least 12 feet. Some are smaller, and I have to put some extra pieces in, but for the majority, everything pretty much has to be 12 feet. So I'm gonna get my chainsaw out. I gave it a good sharpen this morning because it was not sharp at the end of yesterday. And I'm gonna start cutting 12s out of this bad boy. So the way that I measure all of these is I just find like a reference log. I find a log that's close to 12 or 13 feet, and then I can look at it and I know I can just make everything else the same size of it. So I think this log right here, what do we got? I think I hooked the wrong one. That's 13 feet right there. Okay, once I get my cut in, I'll know exactly where I am. So pretty much here, and then over there. Does that make any sense? Doesn't matter. I'm the one doing the work. Okay, now would be the perfect time for Katie to be done editing last video so that we can work together and put these down. That worked really well. Those are an average of 12 up to 14 feet, give or take. The more the better, because it's my solid substrate for when we put dirt and eventually stone on top of it. So the more the better. You done the video?
Yeah.
Good.
Greg and I have been busy tackling all of our spring cleanup chores, whether it's maintaining the animal shelters or fixing up the roads, all of the usual chores that come with rural life. But there's one thing that often gets overlooked, and that's water. We rely on a well, and like many wells, ours has its challenges. It has sulfur in it, which creates a pretty strong odor that is not very pleasant. And during spring runoff, there's always the concern of a potential contamination. That's why we were super grateful when our longtime sponsor Waterdrop sent us their G3P 800 under the counter reverse osmosis system with UV protection. What really stood out to us is how simple it was to install. Greg had it up and running in about half an hour, no fuss, no complicated setup. For us, clean water isn't optional. With grazing cattle in the area and the possibility of heavy metals and other contaminants in the groundwater, it's something that we take very seriously. And for those on city water, it's just as important. Older infrastructure can introduce things like heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, and other unwanted substances. A reverse osmosis system like this removes virtually all of that stuff, giving you clean, safe drinking water right from the tap. In today's world, you want peace of mind when it comes to your family's health, and having reliable, purified water is a big part of that. The Waterdrop G3P 800 helps make that simple. The Waterdrop reverse osmosis system offers a higher water capacity, 800 gallons per day, meeting demands of a big family for pure water. With its high water flow, it filters 1 cup of water in just 5 seconds, and it has a 3-to-1 pure to drain water ratio, which is much more efficient than many of the other competitors on the market. Through 10-stage filtration, the G3P 800 can effectively reduce PFAS, fluoride, heavy metals like lead, chromium, iron, salts like nitrate and chloride, as well as large particles and radioactive substances such as radium. The G3P 800 is equipped with a smart faucet which tells you the TDS level and water quality at a quick glance. As you begin spring cleaning this spring, consider cleaning up your drinking water as well with Waterdrop's spring sale, where you can save up to $700 off. I'm going to put a link down in the description, and a big thank you to Waterdrop for sponsoring today's video.
chop it off.
Yeah, it's the bending over that's hurting my knee. All right, we're making some good progress. We're starting to go up the hill. Yeah, we're not going as far as I thought we would with how big of the pile was that Greg had made, but we're getting there. The slash pile is quite a bit smaller than it was, and
We'll have enough though.
yeah, we'll have enough.
Yeah.
It's hard work though.
It's hard work.
It's less muddy up on this hill now because the hills always kind of dry out first, which is good, but still needs to be done. Oh, that's not good. Every time he comes back, he says, "There's one more still. There's one more still," and they just don't seem to run out.
Far we've gotten. That's still good. That's.
All right, I'm not going to do a count today, but Greg wants to bring the excavator on to try and squish everything into the ground, so see how that goes. I have a bad feeling he thinks it'll be okay. So leave a comment. What do you think? Are we going to rip everything up with the tracks, or is it just going to nicely squish into the mud and be set in place?
Thought I'd do a quick run around and see what the water situation is around here, what's changed over the past few days. We've got, well, it's all muddy because Greg brought the tractor through, but we've got this little trench that we dug the other day. Jasmine, whoop! No more Pasture River. I know a lot of you have suggested we get I can't think of what they're called now. A bale holder for their bales so that we don't waste so much. But we actually are doing this on purpose. A lot of this pasture is very dry and doesn't have a lot of material on top to hold the moisture in. So we're doing this so that we can build up the organic matter on the top and to hopefully get a bit more moisture being held in the soil on its own so that we can have nicer grass. I think just with so many cattle coming here over the years, they really love this pasture and they have just mowed it down so far. Even when there's nothing there, they still seem to be here mowing down the grass. So it really needs some help. We're probably going to keep our cattle off of it for the year just to let it rest. And you're looking pretty white, Penny. Hey, you nice and clean? So our plan is to get a harrow. I think Greg wants to build something to drag around. We'll get all the poop mixed in, pull all this really thick grass, and kind of spread it out a little bit more. And we're expecting this area to take off this summer. So that'll be exciting to see if this works. And we can start kind of working our way as our herd grows and working on different areas of the pasture and just trying to bring it back to life and just get some compost material in there. And yeah, I think it'll be good. Hi. Hi, Maple. Hi, Peen. I should have named you Sassy, huh? Should have named you Sassy. Yeah. Creek has come up a ton. This rock over here that's just barely sticking out, that's usually what we use as our guide for how much the water has come up or down. And it's almost fully covered now. Crazy. The water's all brown from the runoff. We're starting to lose a lot of the beach here as well. I'm gonna go check out the waterfall now and see what's going on there. I imagine it's probably starting to rage a little bit. Seems to be a bit of an ice dam. Crazy.
ground, girl? I don't know if you heard it, but a tree up there just fell. You could hear it cracking down. I'm glad Katie and I decided to pretty much take the day off. I was on the excavator for a little bit today, but it's a good day for a day off. It's not being outside weather, especially not near all these dead trees. It's so scary. They're all gonna blow down one day, and you can hear them in the background going pshoo, pshoo, pshoo.
Hey! Be nice, Juniper. Give her a kiss. Get in there. These new bales we got aren't lasting as long as the ones we got before. We went to different people this last time. So I think we're gonna have to go back to the guy we went to the time before, because his bales lasted us almost a whole month. These have been like 2 weeks, I think, or less, not very long at all. So I guess they're just packed tighter at the other place. It got pretty cold last night, so I don't think we're going to be able to get some logs in the ground until it thaws out a little bit. It's just not going to kind of squish down, and it's just going to make it difficult to get everything lined up and in place. So I think it's frozen enough that we can get the excavator across kind of past where the well is, and we're going to go up the hill to where we were dropping the trees when Eric was helping us in the winter, I guess, whenever that was. So yeah, the ground should be frozen enough that we can easily get the excavator over there, and we're gonna start trying to get some dirt. It's kind of up high, so there shouldn't be much for clay up there, and we're kind of thinking that's where we want to build a big workshop. So we want to widen that area out a little bit, and if we can get some dirt on these logs, it'll kind of hold them in place a bit better. And the thing with the corduroy road is you want to get the logs like completely airtight so that they can't rot. It basically just, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Anyways, it just keeps the logs from rotting. So
yeah, we got to get quite a bit of dirt on here, but it'll be raised up and all the moisture will go below it. So that's the plan for this morning. We got a little bit done the rest of this hill yesterday off camera, but the weather was pretty miserable. It was just hailing and windy and then sunny and then hailing, and just quite a few systems came through. So we didn't really work too long. It's pretty gross out, but yeah, I've got good progress up to the top of that hill, and then we'll turn up towards the cabin. This area is obviously kind of a wet land area because there's willows and different kinds of grasses growing, so we know that it's pretty wet in there and definitely needs to get done. This pond has totally breached over the edge now. Kind of crazy. The water does trickle under the road. I think they might have just put rocks and the water is kind of finding its way through the rocks because it's not flowing too much on the other side, but there's definitely water getting through, and obviously not fast enough because this is overflowing now, which is kind of crazy. We have talked about building up this little road to try and hold this water back even more. We've got banks all the way around. If we just fill up this front side, we can keep a lot more water in there. So many big rocks.
far so good. Battery's getting tired.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that battery's pooched.
No. So he's going to get the tractor so we can jump the trailer because the battery is dead. He had it charging all night and yesterday and stuff, and it obviously wasn't enough. We're gonna have to pick up a new battery when we go to town because we got half a dump out of it, half a lift. A little bit. Come back again. Hit the brakes. Yeah, you gotta keep doing that. You gotta keep going. Like,
I want to take a look. I can't really hear you. Okay, I gotta keep going.
it only comes out when you reverse.
Yeah. I'm trying to just put little bits so that it's just easy to blade it because I didn't grab the.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. This is good. This is actually kind of nice stuff in here too.
Yeah, probably make me a pile for our garden. All right, we got first trailer load emptied out and bladed out. We're gonna hopefully get one or two more before the ground is thawed out too much for hauling that kind of weight over it, over the mud. Yeah, looks good, but we better get to it.
I am so happy with this. We only have a little bit of dirt on it because, as you guys have seen while we've been building this road, it gets mucky back here, and I just can't risk messing up the truck. The truck's worth a lot of money, and I don't want to screw it up or get it stuck or anything. So tomorrow morning I can get back over here and probably get a few more loads on and potentially finish the rest of the road, but we'll see. I'm gonna go start cleaning rock out of dirt and digging a big pile so that I'm ready for this tomorrow. And yeah, look at that. Every morning, early in the morning, Aspen gets either me or Katie up to go outside so that she can sing her morning song. And she goes around the cabin and does these funny little barks. And she'll do that for about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. Eat her breakfast, and then it's back to bed for her. So it's one of the funny little things that make this place home for me personally, is my dog telling the world around her that you're not allowed to be close to the cabin. I'm keeping this place safe. So it is early. The sun hasn't been up yet, and I am eager to get going to finish this project here. Katie's still in bed, of course, because I don't really need her to help me with this. But I want to get a few more loads on this road so that I can call this a finished project, at least version 1.0. So even here, yesterday afternoon, I tried to back up the truck with the trailer, and it was too muddy. But as you can see right now, everything's frozen. And I'm a true believer that there's nothing harder than frozen mud. So I'll be able to back this trailer up, no problem. I think I may have got a little carried away, and I made a big pile of dirt yesterday. But we want to kind of transform up here anyway, so taking some of this fill back was not a bad thing. And then I got the rocks out of it, of course, the best I could. So I think this is my last load for today. It's getting warmer. I need a battery. I can't be hooking it up and jumping it every time I dump it. It's just so inefficient. And I'm going into town to pick up a battery today anyway. So I'm gonna get this last bit in here, and then yeah, we're this much closer to being done. Well, that's what we've got for today. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm surprised this has taken me this long to get this far, but it's almost 10 o'clock and I haven't even had breakfast yet. So I need some breakfast, go into town, do the grocery stuff, pick up a new battery for that dump trailer, and I'll be back at it tomorrow morning. Three and a half days of work to do all that. $100 in fuel. I probably spent some calories, probably lost a little bit of my winter weight doing that. And we did it self-sufficient, which is the name of the game. Just for context, one 12-yard load of road base, probably over $1,000 to bring that up here. So we spent $100, got rid of a whole ton of wood that we had in a slash pile. Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of Katie for doing all that hard work with me. And this is what makes it all worth it. But we're going to leave the video at that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. It helps us out a lot. And we'll see you next time.